Good afternoon, this is Steve with Again Torinos. Actually, that's not me, that's Rocky. Robert, here's Rocky. You can see he's doing fine. He still loves his goodies. He's having these little pepperonis, which look disgusting. Hey, Rocky, you sit? You sit? Well, look at that, he can sit. What do we got here? Rocky's not doing great. We just had a vet check on him. Our Dr. Bob comes out to the house and looked him over and said for his age, 14 or 15, he's doing really well. His eyes look good. He's having a hard time getting up and down. And poop falls out of his butt. He'll be walking out to his potty area and it'll fall out of his butt and he doesn't even know it. So that's concerning. Right, Rocky? Doesn't that bug you? It bugs me. It bugs me when I step in it. And he also isn't a fan of stepping in dog poop, but he does it. What's that? What do I got there? You like, oh, you like those. Okay, how about that? Go find it, find it. It's in the leaves. Here it is. Here. Okay, Rocky, sit. Stop. Sit. 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 Stay. Let's see if he can catch it. Stay. Ready? Here it comes. Well, he used to do really well. I could throw it from across the yard and he'd catch it. Like his mouth is like a catcher's mitt. All right. But I dread that day that seems to be coming sooner than later that we're going to have to put him down. I just wish our animals would go in their sleep. Instead, they make us put him down, which is just heartbreaking for me. He's been such a good boy. Are you a good boy? Well, you can see since the last time I filmed, the leaves were all green then, and we've had a rapid change of leaf color, and they're continuing to fall. I guess that's why they call it fall. Anyway, this is so close to going to paint. Every spot you see was a ding, a dent, a crease, a scrape, a scratch, that kind of thing. This is that fender that was oil canning in because it had been hit here and there. So it's nice and smooth now. And of course the roof is beautiful now. And something that Gary had done was he welded on years ago new bottoms of these because they were rusted out. And so I just finished up, cleaned up the welds and leveled and then put a filler on so nice and smooth. The last thing I'm going to do is take the bed wood out and the strips. Gary and Stephanie have already ordered all the new beautiful wood and strips. I've left it in because I've been sitting in here sanding and filling, but it is it's still a work truck. It's still going to be used for hauling gravel and manure and everything else into the dump. And we talked about rhino lining it just for protection, but I don't know what exactly is going to happen. And so the inside isn't going to be perfect. It's going to be, you know, because these dents, if I hammer dents out that way, then they're on the outside, on the beauty side. So the beauty side's all level and nice, but you can see the myriad of dings and dents this bed has, and especially that header panel up there. Man, this thing is beat to death. So I think I would have, after now, in hindsight, this has made me not want to do a truck ever again. Or at least the one that's been lived its whole life since 1955 outside and been a farm truck and a work truck and all that, because it's brutal. The busted bolts snapping off constantly. It looked really straight, but it's because it had a bunch of spray paint on it And once I started sanding, I found thousands and thousands of dents and dings. So I really underestimated the difficulty, but it has been fun to do something different. I've enjoyed that. This was really interesting. When I sanded the paint off the door, it says it was a business truck for some kind of tool company or something like that, and it said something, and it said service, and it was Fairfield, Washington, and it was really cool. It was hand done, but it had been painted over twice over the letters. But it's not what Gary wants for his truck, but it was neat seeing some history. But I know this truck intimately now. I know every inch of it, almost. I'm getting pelted with leaves. So this was supposed to be our last warm day. It was supposed to reach 60, 62 today. And then we're going to be in the 40s, which I can do work in the 40s because I want this to go next week to paint. So that's where we're at. I did the bumpers the last 2 days. Was bumper work, and the front was much straighter than the rear. The rear has taken a lot of impacts, especially underneath where you don't see a lot of ripples. I foolishly tried using my body tools to straighten it. It did nothing. I hammered and hammered, nothing would move. I had to stand on it and use a sledgehammer to bring down some of the raised areas, which looks like someone had hooked a chain to it and pulled stuff out and kind of lifted the bumper in some areas. And what else? And it's all dusty and dirty. So it's looking good. I put this piece back in after I painted the ends the appropriate red, and because this has to be painted with the truck, so I put that back in. And the grill gets painted with it, but it's white, so the bumpers and the grill will be painted when the truck goes in, but not on the vehicle. I was going to say not much in the way of surprises, but nothing, I don't think major surprises, just little surprises. It's nice to see the finish line rapidly approaching. So that was the update. Oh, I wonder if it'll start. Let's see. Brake's not holding. There we go. Got the choke out. It is really tight in here. I like the view. The wraparound windshield and the big, huge curving hood. Wow, these are really coming down. I don't know what miles is on this. It says 208.18. I don't know. And it does it smokes. new rubbers ordered for the doors. That's it. It's been boring. That's why I didn't make another video till now, because how much can you watch someone sit there and sand, fill, guide coat, sand, fill, repeat, rinse 100 times? It gets boring. And if it's boring for me, I can only imagine it'd be boring to watch. So if it was interesting, something, I'll show you that. But this is the grunt work, the scut work. I like how the tops of this came out. Oh, the bed, just so smooth and flat. That dent here is gone. Okay, I guess I've bored you enough. Excited to see this thing red. Well, this has been Steve with Born Again Torinos, and I hope you enjoyed this. And maybe the next video will be at the paint shop in Primer. We'll see. This has been Steve with Born Again Torinos. Please subscribe and ring the bell and like it and all that jazz. And we'll look forward to getting this done in next year's projects, which tentatively we have a Torino coming up from California, and possibly a Rockford Files Firebird formula, which would be just so fun to do. So excited. Well, this has been Steve, and thank you very much, and goodbye.